Hey, what's up, everybody? Wade, you tapping in for another court chat. I've been having a lot of discussions regarding emotional pain, trauma, and journeys through healing. So I just wanted to kind of touch base on that a little bit more. I got to have some good dialogue with good people over Thanksgiving. And, even going, like I said previously, going back in some of my previous relationships, overlooking my past, seeing voids that I had and how I tried to fill those voids, and ultimately what spurred in me that allowed me to start to heal a lot of those voids that have been created throughout my life and childhood. My particular healing journey. So the first thing to acknowledge is that I had a lot of pain. I had a lot of anger, I had a lot of frustration, I had a lot of resentment built up in life for particular situations that had happened in my past, not having what attention that I thought that I needed from a parent, growing up having to take care of my elders and look out for them ahead of my time, never really taking the time to look out for myself. I worked towards myself. I made myself my own workhorse so that I could care for the people I care about. But what I never did was take the time to really sit down, isolate, and understand where my pain was coming from. I knew that I wanted a particular relationship that didn't serve me the best, and I was looking for this from a parent, and I would seek it from kind of outside people in the world. And then the other half, I was so neglected, not by their particular choice, but I didn't even realize how much that presence meant. So I never really sought that out in the real world. And ultimately coming to a conclusion that, the attention that I wasn't or was served as a child might not be within my realm of control, but what is in my realm of control was understanding that pain, identifying it, choosing to understand it, and then choosing to, you hear me say this a lot, let it go, unburden myself from it. What I ultimately found out is that the more validation that you seek from outside, the less your cup will fill, the more it will fill with, again, that angerness, that bitterness, that frustration, that contempt, that resentment. And throughout my life, having other relationships kind of turn poor because I'm not realizing what I'm actually pouring out into the world. And the last one was my divorce. It was really big. It came at a pivotal time. It was blindsiding, very unexpected. But this pain, because I didn't choose to run from it. Now this is the key. I didn't choose to run from this pain. I got philosophical AF. You know what I'm saying? I sat down, I identified, and I started to understand. In this process, though, learning, seeking information, gaining knowledge, I turned and poured into me. And it might have started as a journey to trying to appease somebody else to gain validation, but the more I stuck to this path of taking care of myself, pouring into me, the more I started to heal. The more I started to realize mistakes that I made for myself that impacted other people. The more I started to become more of a whole person. I had myself spread so thin trying to think and consider everybody else and do what I could to take care of everybody else and people please everybody but this man. Seeking comfort in pleasures, alcohol, drugs, physical intimacy. Trying to mask things that I could just heal in myself. But you can't heal if you don't identify where the pain is and choose to understand it. That's the critical part. You can choose to understand it. Understand the part that you played, understand the part that other people played. Gaining perception on what maybe their situation was doesn't excuse the behavior, but gain perception. Peer into their emotional state, peer into their life a little bit. You can see a little bit more. And then, while it might not have been a direct intention, it did bleed off into you, but that's okay. Because the more that you understand that pain from them, the more you realize that their burden is not yours. And the more you get to let that shit go. I've been walking around trying to carry other people's burdens, not understanding, like, boy, and I talk about it in my videos now, but I wish I knew it then. Their burdens are not my responsibility. And the more I got to take heed of my responsibility and just focus on me, boy, I found the kid in me again. I found the joy and the exuberance of life. I found the pleasure in taking part of critical thinking and healing dialogue. I get to promote joy from within now. I get to exude happiness from within now. I get to speak healing from within now, because I understand. Part of healing is understanding. Once you understand, you can heal almost anything. You can attempt to fix things, but understand diminishing returns and that you only have control over your desires. Barely. You have control over what you pour into your desires. Sometimes pouring too much is too much. So the pain, the anger, the frustration, the validation seeking, the mentality, the savior mentality, trying to keep everybody together, that's not my job. My job is to keep this together and to allow whoever wants or desires to be a part of my life to set expectations on how to do so properly. Because I might want you there. But also understanding, finding peace, emotional awareness from within. You also know what you can't tolerate and accept. I'm a forgiving person. Because I understand mistakes that I've made and I would like to receive forgiveness for them, I will choose to forgive. Forgiveness is an act of service, though. And just because you forgive doesn't mean that you have to allow back in. And that goes for the other party that you might seeking forgiveness from as well. They don't have to let you back in. And you have to understand that and accept it. But you still get to go plowing ahead on your own burdens. I talk about Orion Taraban lately. I appreciate his thoughts and viewpoint on love and the transactional nature of relationships. And then again, understanding that, promoting what I do, I poured into myself. And I found a level of love and appreciation for myself that I never had. I've always had a faith and a trust in humanity, but somehow that lacked in and of myself. And then again, pouring into myself, filling my cup, allowing my cup to spill over, it's all love, man. It's all love. And I get to say that with peace of mind now, because I genuinely want what's best for people. Sometimes I might think that I'm the best, but that's not on me to prove that to them. And that's okay. I've spoken with this about my dad a lot, how my heart longs for certain things that I may never have. But in losing those things, I've gained so many others that I didn't know that I needed. That's okay. It's a trade-off that I'm comfortable with. Because I get to have something in a place that I've never had before. And I get to build on that for the duration. For the next 40, 50 years, I get to build on that. I get to fortify, reinforce, and build on that. And that's what I'm looking forward to throughout my life. Gaining skill sets, sharpening current skill sets, and networking and establishing, continuing to promote a life that is prosperous for me. I have a strong network of individuals that surround me, and I'm thankful and grateful for that. I'm a whole different person than I've ever been in my entire life. Because I'm free of a mindset. I get to exist in a mind state of freedom. The things that I'll get to be capable of still surprise me to this day. I've been bent, broken, dang near destroyed, but I've always rebuilt, and now I get to heal some of those things that were causing leaks in my cup. My cup is complete now. I'm retaining what I get to pour into myself. I'm not bleeding out so much and then blaming the rest of the world for it. I'm thankful for the trials and the solutions that life has brought to me. I'm thankful for the trials and the solutions that life has brought for me. I'm thankful for the trials and the solutions that life has brought to me. I've been blessed many times over, and I get to be a blessing. I get to repair. I get to speak healing. I get to speak truth. I get to enjoy my day-to-day. I hope that you're able to take advantage of the opportunities within yourself to identify your hurt, to understand that hurt, to take the responsibility to heal that pain. Nobody else can do the work for you. On that note, Wages out.